Hi world, today I want to tell you about one of the internet's biggest trolls and former two-time Prime Minister of Malaysia, Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. Everyone by now knows that Mahathir, or Dr. M as he's known in Malaysia, recently made the news for all the wrong reasons by asserting the right of Muslims to be angry and beep French people for past injustices. I have a great deal of respect for Dr. M and a lot of experience processing his occasional outbursts through the years. Let me show you what I mean. Here he is in 2019 being on the Times of Israel as a self-proclaimed anti-Semite. To be honest, he's not a very good anti-Semite either, as the same news outlet reported him saying something roughly the same as, "I have black friends." Yeah, if you really truly are an anti-Semite, I don't think it would be something you really brag about. So my takeaway is that he might be a little bit of a bigot, but no more than your average 90-year-old complaining about things in their day. Now, if you're skeptical, that's entirely reasonable. Let me show you my next example. Here he is in 2014 saying that his own ethnic group are lazy, saying that the male youth would rather be in a motorcycle gang, which is what we call, people in a motorcycle, mat rumpit is what we call them. And they would rather be a mat rumpit than to be in university studying hard. And here he is again in 2017, saying that his country is a land of thieves. In a Darul Penyangga, the rulers steal, the goal is to steal from the rakyat, which is the people, through legal means, but more often through illegal means. So it is by no means, extreme, racism or bigotry that leads Dr. M to have these outbursts. It seems that being from his ethnicity is no protection at all against his outbursts. And last example, even as far back as 1947, as a med school student in Singapore, he penned a letter to the newspaper of the day, the Straits Times, advocating for the emancipation of Malay women, proving conclusively that he has been annoying polite society for 7 decades. Personally, I disagree that there's any kind of incitement going on. If you read the tweet, and here's a part of it, he clearly states that folks have a right to be angry and French people for past injustices, but folks don't do that. He then goes on that the French should respect other people's feelings. Feel free to disagree with him on that. I know I do. I don't think that he should have said the things that he said. I understand that he is calling for, acceptance and, consideration of people's feelings. I understand that. And I don't agree with his angry outbursts. Yeah. But I wanted to make sure that I got the message out that people can see why he'd say the things that he says and who he is, outside of this controversy. And so since you're already here, let me tell you just a little bit more about this mercurial leader. He has had a friendly relationship with Singapore, which is Malaysia's southern neighbor. Here he is joking about bombing Singapore, where I currently live.
If you feel like bombing Singapore, for example, the Russians are not going to object.
I reckon that this remark was correctly viewed as an off-color joke in Singapore, because in a blog post that Dr. Mahathir himself penned, he wrote that in 1989, here we are, Singapore's Prime Minister at the time, Lee Kuan Yew, offered to call the best heart surgeon to perform surgery for Dr. Mahathir, which would be very strange to offer to your mortal enemy. And no, of course, it wouldn't be accidentally, to off him during surgery, as that would be actual war. So, no. Also, the US State Department's public online archive states that despite sometimes blunt and intemperate public remarks by Prime Minister Mahathir, US Malaysian cooperation has a solid record in areas as diverse as education, trade, military relations, and counterterrorism. So, these, to me, correctly characterize the relationship that Malaysia has had with Singapore and the United States under Dr. M's leadership. It is also fully in line with Dr. M's lifelong honesty and his ability to keep, the personal and the professional separate. I hope that this video at least offers a fuller understanding of an often controversial man. As you contemplate this video, you may not agree with Dr. M, and you may not even like him, but at the very least, it's my hope that your opinion will be better informed than before you listened in. And for that, I thank you. Have a great day, and subscribe below if you enjoyed this video. Thank you. Bye-bye.